Hey guys, Ethan from TAGMods here, and this PC is real shiny. To celebrate Intel's Gamer Days, we've teamed up with Intel Aorus to build the shiny giveaway PC. Let's jump into how we built it.
Let's start with the hardware. We're running a Z590 Aorus Pro IX motherboard, 32GB of Aorus's RGB memory, a Core i7-11700K, and an Aorus 1TB PCI 4 SSD, as well as the Gigabyte pre-water blocked 3080 GPU, the Aorus 850W power supply, the Lian Li Uni fans, as well as the O11D. All the water cooling in the PC is Corsair's Hydro X. We use two of the XD3s, the XC7, and 240 and 360mm rads. The standard black just won't do for this giveaway build, so I start by tearing down the case and prepping it for paint. I start with 3 layers of primer, sanding in between each layer to make sure we have a nice smooth base, and then come in with our lovely navy blue pearl and do 4 layers of this with wet sanding between each and every coat, before 3 layers of a 2-pack clear to make sure it's nice and shiny and smooth. I wanted all the water cooling to complement the dark navy blue base we just put down on the case, so I tear apart the pumps, the water block, and paint the radiators, all in a steel blue, using the exact same paint method as I did for the case. And then get all them put back together, and that's ready to start going in. I start by prepping the motherboard, getting our CPU and water block installed, as well as the SSD and the RAM. With no other mods directly happening to the case, I can start to put it back together and start getting some hardware in. So I re-put in the I/O and put our motherboard in and start our cable management. The layout I had planned in my head for the PC wasn't quite coming together. I was having a lot of clearance issues with the GPU since I wanted that to be vertical. I couldn't then fit a radiator with a fan underneath it, so I was just playing around with hardware configurations for quite a few hours trying to find something that looked nice, playing around with different size radiators, and just trying to find that nice balance. Since it was only the GPU loop that was giving me problems, I get the pump installed in the top right hand corner. I don't install the bottom pump yet because I need to figure out the radiator situation. I really didn't want any external fans underneath the case because of airflow restrictions and all that kind of stuff, so the solution I ended up coming up with was cutting a PCI rail off the vertical GPU extender. That allows the GPU to move up about 15mm, which gives me perfect clearance for both a radiator and 2 fans. I used my CNC router to cut a front panel reservoir because I wanted to do a dual loop. I wanted to make sure that both loops were both easy to fill, which is why there's a long neck off each one, as well as having super easy access to plumb it all in and have nice tubing. I'm one of 5 builders that Intel Aorus teamed up with for this big project. TAGMods, Gear Seekers, designs by IFR and PB Tech are also part of it. They've used the exact same hardware in the exact same case, so jump over and see what they've produced with the same stuff. And with that, it's time to work on our mirrored acrylic. I used a purple, a cobalt blue, a steel blue, and a teal, all mirrored, all ridiculously shiny to bring this case together. We made a front panel cover for the reservoir, a rear cover for the reservoir. We put the Intel Aorus logo on the top. We rebuilt the De Boer build plate inside on the back of the O11D. A big chunk of the mirrored acrylic was used to recreate the Intel branding for the side panel. That's more or less this build complete, so let's get it all assembled, get all the shiny mirrored bits on there, and get to the beauty shots.